Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Dai family, and welcome to another Dr. Mumbi spiritual show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much on your own terms. We feel like there is so much new information for us to embody, for us to teach, for us to share. And yet many of our people are not ready because we're still stuck in a book of life that is closed out. And that's just the basic message from me to you, family. And for a lot of the teachers and preachers and chosen ones at this time, is like we are having now to press on ahead alone because so many of our people are not ready, and to use the information that we are meant to be just sharing with the world to help the world quantum leap and catapult itself into a brand new level. But people are not ready because people are still so energetically, emotionally, and psychologically connected to a book of life that is closed out, family. Because the previous dispensation is over. Like, it's over, family. And if you're an astrological person, if you're someone who looks at the stars, if you're an astronomy kind of person, and if you're just sensitive energetically, you have felt these waves that have seemed to just catapult us to the next level and to the next level. And the only limitation is our own minds, family. And I find the greatest thing that is blocking so many of us is because we're still waiting for some sort of justice from the previous book of life, from the old narrative. A lot of us have died to that person. We are not even that person anymore. I can say 100%, family, I am not the Mumbi of even 2 years ago or even 5 years ago. If I met her, I don't even feel like I would over in and understand her if her narrative was not in me. A lot of us have changed so much in this process of becoming. And this is why we came. This is like the greatest like spiritual and psychic roller coaster ride ever, where you die to an old self, family, and you're reborn as a higher, more elevated spiritual being. As a side note, a lot of us who are gods and goddesses in this season, we even had a lower level version of ourselves as a representative until this season came, because we're too high to be here, you know, from the beginning. But we were so tethered and connected to our representative that we felt it. It's like for you guys who believe in the Yeshua story, you know, they talk about how there's a lot of discussion about, did he actually die on the cross, or did his spirit escape and put another spirit in there that was actually crucified, etc., etc. That conversation alone should tell you that the spiritual matters are not as basic as Babylon likes you to believe. A lot of us, the old us that was tortured, that was bullied, that was discriminated against, that suffered greatly, that spent countless nights crying, that was betrayed over and over again, that was hated, that was ridiculed. And to make it worse, because we were so sensitive, we could actually feel, we could hear these inner conversations that people were having right in front of us, family. We could feel their bile. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm telling you, family, so many chosen ones, so many so-called messiahs, even the female messiahs, have gone to the Most High and said, yo, let's reevaluate. Because I just want to live a life of luxury now. I ain't down for saving all these people. Like, it's never that serious. So a lot of you, there are no more gatekeepers. There are no more spells. There are no more people that can hold you back, because you've reached such a higher level of of a more sophisticated level of thinking. And so those lower level things can no longer captivate you, which means they have no power over you. But in your heart of hearts, and that's why I talked about moving into your secret life, your secret pain, your secret shame, your secret anguish. Your secret anxiety, moving through that. And a lot of you are waiting for abusers, for narcissists, for misusers to come and say they're sorry, and they lack the capacity to do that, family. They don't have it in them to apologize to you. And that book of life is kind of over, so that apology doesn't even matter, because you are no longer the person that was abused. It's the way you can be able to tell, you know, I had a sister or I had a grandmother who went through this and who went through that. That is literally what your previous book of life that closed out literally this year is about now. It's like telling the story of your mother or your grandmother. It is no longer you. And so you must recognize and like detach yourself from that personality, that previous you, family, and come fully into the divine you. The one who has always been spiritually there, but the one who is not as familiar with the negative aspects, but has all the knowledge of the one who's just closed out the book of life. You are brand new, family. And a lot of you, this waiting for forgiveness, this waiting for an apology, this waiting for someone to say, I was wrong, be it a spouse, be it a mother, be it a father, be it a brother, be it a sister. Those nearest and dearest to you who caused you great inner turmoil but have never owned up to it. They never will, family. Because even the opportunity for them to do that and for that to change their lives has ended. And they literally will no longer be able to reach you. It's like being on multiple highways. And this is like the 3D highway and you're on the 5, 6, 7, 8D. Like, they can never reach you to say the words that you're waiting to hear. So every time you're waiting to hear something from them, you literally have to dip back into 3D reality, dip back into the matrix. And they are so distracted right now. A lot of them took the, you know what? So they're getting all kinds of technology and Wi-Fi logged into them. They're literally not there, family. For those of you who are in Babylon, like, it's fast approaching the zombie apocalypse, like for real, for real. And so your ultimate freedom lies in you no longer waiting for that forgiveness, waiting for those words that you feel will totally transform your life. Maybe they won't, actually. Maybe they won't. And allow now your spiritual team to come in and give you the healing and the forgiveness. The forgiveness is literally the release. Because once you understand and understand a narrative, and then you understand the vibration of the person who you are in that narrative with, you can let it go. There's a lot that can happen mentally where you don't need that person to come and say they're sorry or they recognize the error of their ways. You don't need that. And that's what's so powerful about this season, because you can release yourself from those who have caused you great harm, from those who abused you mentally, physically, sexually, psychologically. And in you releasing them and calling back all your energy and your power and your emotions and your goodwill and your innocence in that situation, in doing all that is when they will finally face the judgment and the karma they deserve, because your energy is no longer there. And since you are the one who has called on that spiritual judgment, so it is your energy that is calling judgment on their lives, you kind of have to remove yourself, because there's no way you'd harm yourself. Hey, let me not get too into that. People will start saying it's voodoo hoodoo. Work on here, family. That's all I'd say. Work on here. Whatever's blocking you, whatever you're emotional about, work on here. In your mind is your liberation. Tuko pamoja.